if there are any bears that would like to be featured in this video, please feel free. Tough crowd. Every single time I come out in the forest, I'm yet to see a bear. I'm in bear country too. I'm literally on an undesignated trail right now. I just parked my car on the side and just wandered into the forest. So yeah, if any of y'all want to join me, feel free. But I don't know where they're at. Anyway, I've been wanting to make this video for a really long time. Today was a heavy day. And I sort of felt a lot of things that I was like, you know what? I've been putting this video off for so long. It's time to just make it. I don't know how it's going to go. You know, there's so much I have to say about this. But yeah, this morning, I got my results back for a CT scan I had a few days ago on my abdomen region and checking for tumors. And there was nothing, no tumors. Your boy tumor free. And that's 3 years, 2 or 3 years, 126, 2023, 3 years, almost 3 years of being cancer free. And been wanting to make a video just talking about how much I've changed from this whole experience of first being diagnosed with cancer and going through sort of this whole journey with that. And yeah, I don't know where this is gonna go, but we'll see. So yeah, in 2023, September 2023, I had a surgery at the ER for what was diagnosed originally as appendicitis, which later found out to be it was a tumor that was kind of like stabbing my appendix. And so we found that out like 2 weeks after the surgery from biopsy. And oh man, my hand's getting sore. I need a tripod, bro. That's what I need. I mean, if there's a bear out here, you could help with that. Anyway, sorry, I'll stop with that. And found out it was cancer and went down a 2-3 months of testing and stuff, and there was kind of questions up in the air. Should I do there's a type of something they call it. I don't even know the word. Anyway, it was like they thought about taking out more of my colon, or like they thought about taking out some of my colon region, like just doing a surgery just to make sure, because it was really close to my colon and close to my I don't know what this is called either. It's like a huge vein, lymphovascular something. I could be butchering that, probably am. But anyway, they thought that, okay, we should do another surgery possibly. You know, we're doing MRIs, CTs, specifically looking for neuroendocrine tumor. That was what I had, a neuroendocrine tumor. And, you know, so I was honestly very fortunate throughout this time, because the cancer I had was, not only was it stage 1, but unbeknownst to me and the doctors, the tumor was fully eradicated during the appendix removal surgery. Like the tumor was fully taken out of my body during that surgery. And so we found that out about 2 or 3 months later, around like December, after a bunch of testing and whatnot was done. But so I would say I was very fortunate with just how that whole situation went, and how the cancer was at such an early stage, and very incredibly fortunate. And I had wonderful doctors, and But the main reason why I bring any of that up and why I even mention any of that is because of what happened in my psyche during this time, and just how I changed as a human being. Like completely, like, oh, it's hard to even think about because it's been so drastic. It's hard to remember exactly how everything was, um, down to the fine detail. But um, it just, I mean, having a health scare and not really knowing what was going to happen, and uh, if it was possibly stage 4, or if it had spread, or just not understanding the situation, like the whole situation, and trying to figure out what exactly was going on. That whole sort of area of abeyance was a lot. And I think where I'm going with this is that it sort of sparked this huge ego death, because I think that's the closest I've ever gotten to death. And there's been little moments here and there where, we all have those moments where, like, I could have died if this happened, or this person almost hit me, or driving, whatever. But I think this situation was, like, by far, it just sort of like shook up my whole reality. It changed the way I view the world, kind of like this fast, honestly. Like, I remember sitting in the hospital, about to have my appendix surgery. I didn't even know I had cancer yet. And that was kind of a situation within itself, because they didn't know if my appendix burst already or not. It was kind of like, some doctors were saying it did, some were like, I don't think it did, but there's fluid around. Like, so even that, I think you have like a 50% chance of survival if your appendix is burst or something like that. So I didn't even know if I would make it through the surgery that day. I had no idea it was cancer, but I didn't even know if it was if I would make it through the surgery. And so I remember sitting in the hospital, sort of having all these thoughts that I never had before. I'd never really been super introspective in my life, never really analyzed my life really, like, to a really deep extent, like what was kind of going on there. I could just be romanticizing the situation, but I really don't think I did. But I was just thinking to myself, as I sat there, getting ready to go into surgery, feeling like absolute shit, pretty much paralyzed from pain in the lower region of my body. I just remember thinking, just, how devastated I was at how I lived my life, and just how I let fear and anxiety and the opinions of other people, and I'd just been a slave to the opinions of everyone in my life. I'd been living for everybody. I was chasing something I didn't really even give a shit about. I was just, there was so much that was going on in that moment, and it was like, whoa, 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 oh my God, like, what is this? It was like anger. It was like, this is just, I can't believe that I've lived my entire life. Here I am, 21 years old. I'm 24 now. And I've just completely almost been like living my life on autopilot, and just being like a amalgamation of what I think could please those around me, or how I could be like a good boy and like please everybody, and try to like not be disliked by anyone, and not invade anyone's territory by maybe sharing an opinion, like, don't do that ever. I was just kind of seeing how I'd lived as this I don't want to talk so down on myself, but as this this scared, afraid person, just so scared of the world, so just afraid to live, and just be like, just so consumed with the opinions of others, that I had lived 21 years of this short, precious life that might be taken away right now, that I'd lived for others, and just in fear, and just, it's like, I was just like, I just felt like so attacked emotionally, and I just couldn't believe it. I was so just disgusted by my actions and everything. In this situation, and then finding out it was cancer 2 weeks later, it just invigorated the whole situation even more. And then not knowing the stage of the cancer and if it's spread and may need more surgery, and well, that implies, lifestyle changes and things that will impact your life forever. And you know, the thing is, my life was already heavily impacted by just going through these thought patterns and doing this introspection, realizing sort of how I'd been living my life in this robotic, people pleasing, yes man, just playing it safe and just not. It just feels so dull when I look back on the life I lived. It feels so dull and dead and just so unalive. I just feel so much more alive now. I take so much more risks. I don't even know if confidence, I guess I would describe someone like myself as being extremely confident and just outgoing and super social and unafraid. I was completely the opposite in all of these ways. It's just, I just, life is just so precious. I didn't realize this before. I never felt that. I just was such a passerby. I was just such a, I was just getting by. I never really considered just how precious this life was, just how precious a tree is, how precious it is to breathe oxygen and look at a great blue sky and marvel at the universe, and that my body's a symphony of cells. And I could go on and on about just how wonderful this existence is. And this all ensued from the situation as well. This deep curiosity was it was like I discovered inside myself, but it felt like a discovery, but it felt like this is who I actually was. This is who I was, and I was just sort of putting on this act and going down this other path for like materialistic means, or to impress people, or to just be liked by other people. But then I just started finding like all these things about myself that I just sort of been repressing or running away from, or like disrespecting. Like I just felt like curiosity was stupid, and it's embarrassing to hug a tree, and it's embarrassing to be excited about life because no one else is. Everyone else walks around like they're too cool for everything, and everyone else sort of has lost that inner child. But for me, it was like that was coming out, and it was like I can kick that to the curb, like what I've been doing my entire life, and say, no, stay there. Like, we got to act cool, and we got to put on this performance, and we got to go out in society and act like we're too cool for everything, and don't talk to anybody because that's scary. You could get rejected, and fuck all that shit. Fuck all that shit, man. That's not the life I want to live anymore. It's not. I can't live that life anymore after what I've been, the situation I've been through, and I just can't do that anymore. I can't do that shit. Life is too fucking precious, man. And it, I wish that everyone could see that. I wish everyone could see just how precious and weird and awkward and just how insane it is to be alive and be something that experiences this weird life, like whatever this is. Like, what the fuck? Like, so many of us are just going through life and we just don't even question it ever. We don't question our behaviors, or and damn it, I never did either until it took a surgery and having cancer to sort of end up in this place that I'm in. So I'm thankful. I'm just thankful that it didn't take my life, and that it sort of awashed me with this perspective that is just so robust and vigorous, and just excited to be alive, and so invigorated by just the littlest things. I was just talking to my friend yesterday on the phone, and I just told him, like, I can just sit on a rock for all day, from morning till sunrise, and I'll just be the most fulfilled. And so happy with just doing that, just breathing and just not thinking about anything and just being here. But not in my past could I ever do that. No, that would have been too boring. It would have been uncool. It would have been weird. It would have just been, all these things. And I'm just so done with that. You know, one thing I realized is like, I think most of us are genuinely so curious and so full of wonder and so just weird and awkward and just so strange in like the most beautiful way, but we just repress all of it because of societal constructs, or just that's just how things are. That's how humans are. Like, I understand it with survival instinct, it's a primitive thing to want to be liked and try to fit into the tribe and everything, but it's such a problem that we just repress who we are. We're these children, and excuse me, and we're so just full of wonder, and we're so like, what is a tree? What is this? What is the grass? What is green? What is a rock? What is this squishy thing right here? Like, we all have that, and then we lose it. It's just, we lose it because of, so it's just kind of the way that things go. It's just kind of what we do. It's not cool. It's weird. It's all these labels that people like to throw on them. These dogmatic labels. But it really robs people from the excitement of life. It really robbed me. Yeah. I don't want to make this too tangential. I feel like I'm just like spilling my thoughts for like how I feel about this situation, and I feel so much about it. I could literally make this video probably like 15 hours. I'll try to keep it brief. I'm already coming up on 20 minutes. Yikes. Still no bears. I said I would stop. I'm sorry. But yeah, just like to anyone watching this, I just do what's true to you. I read this quote in a book the other day, and it said something like, you'll either write the script of your own life, or you'll end up being a background performer in everyone else's life, or something like that. We can take control of the way that we perceive life. We can't control what happens, but we can control our relationship to what happens. And we don't have to be this passerby that just changes our behavior for others, so that we can be liked, and I don't want to say this person's is acting this way, or their energy is this, so let me match that. And we don't need to do that. Life is so fucking short, man. It's so short and so precious to just be sort of an amalgamation of sort of everyone around us, rather than finding ourselves and being that. Just being. Yeah, we're all gonna die one day, we're all gonna die one day. We don't need to run away from that and be scared of that. I was always terrified of death. I mean, if someone mentioned death to me before any of this happened, I would have been like, excuse me, la 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 la, I don't want to know, don't tell me, stop. Just completely terrified. But I think it's a wonderful thing to ponder about death. And I think it was Steve Jobs who said he looks in the mirror every day and would say, if today was the last day I'm going to be here, today is the last day I'm going to be alive. Am I okay with with what I'm doing today and how my life is going as of right now? I know it's scary and weird. It's fucking, it gives me the craziest existential dread, and just thinking about death, it's like, what the fuck? Like, when it like really hits you and you're kind of like, like just for like a split second or for a few moments, and you're just like, whoa. Like you can think about death, but then when it like becomes like a feeling and you're like, what the fuck, like I'm not gonna exist one day. I don't know, it's just weird. But I just think it's so important to just realize how fragile life is, the preciousness of it, that everything is so weird and we don't really know what the hell anything is. We really don't. We have labels for things: tree, plant, rock, bush, ant, bug. I mean, what are these things really? These are just labels that human beings in the past put on them, you know? Um, um, yeah, I'm just rambling, but the point I'm trying to make is just it doesn't take it doesn't have to take cancer or a horrible illness or something catastrophic in one's life in order for this to sort of in order to like just feel so fulfilled by just existing. um I don't think that's what it takes. It took that for me. I was just so deep in the opposite direction. um but I don't think that it's required. I think that anyone can find fulfillment in the little things, and you have to, you know, just introspect and, you know, really try to find yourself and ask yourself the right questions and get to know yourself better. And then the hardest of all, learn to love yourself, because once you start to learn to love yourself, even just a little bit, you learn to love yourself just a little itty bit, the world is just, it's a rebirth. um, because when you love yourself and have respect for yourself, and you're not concerned with you know, the opinions of others, or no one sort of can have this effect on you in that way. I mean, I'm not saying that we should all just be psychopaths and I don't care what anyone thinks, I just do this. Like obviously we're gonna care what people think. Like we're empaths, and um, um, we're human beings. Of course we're going to care, but to not let it deter us from that which is true to us, I think is a beautiful thing, and it just takes a little bit of love. But I understand that that is not the easiest place to get to. But that's a whole other video. I don't know. It's a video I've been wanting to make for a while. I still feel like this was sort of tangential and like all over the place. Um, but fuck it. You know, today, hearing that the CT scan was tumor free, and that I have a aneurysm in my liver, that it's still stable. Um, it just kind of made me. I kind of felt like a intense. I don't know if sadness is the right way to put it. I definitely felt like I needed to just like cry a lot. I haven't done that yet. Um, Probably should, if it gets to like that point again. But anyway, I definitely needed to just I was like, today's the day. Like it's time to talk about this. It's gonna be messy, it's gonna be splotchy, I don't even really know what to say. um, I feel like I'm just not good at like talking about things. It's much, I guess I prefer writing, because I can sort of collect my thoughts better. But anyway, yeah, I'm just grateful to be here and just be alive, and just to just to get to be a part of this whole human experience with you, um, with everything, the trees, and like all of life. Um, it's really special and it's very precious. And I feel like I feel just compelled to just try to, you know, share these parts of myself, or just, yeah, share these parts of myself, and just, I don't know. I just want others, I want other people to, you know, be okay with being themselves and being weird and awkward and cringe, and just, because I feel like all of us are, when we're really in tune with who we are. we're all very weird and strange, and none of us really know what the hell we're doing. That's how I feel about that. But yeah, yeah. What a weird life. So strange. It could have ended. I wouldn't be here right now if it did, obviously. So I'm really thankful that it didn't. And I get to just smell the trees and hear the birds chirping, the wind brushing across my face, this rock stabbing me in the ass right now. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird. Maybe I do. Maybe I do have like this just weird. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being weird. I think we're all weird. I think we are. I think we're all weird. I think we all are, and it's a beautiful thing. But yeah, I think that's all. No bears, but it's all right. Damn, this is a long ass video. Holy fuck. I never know how to close videos. Oh my god. I just get to that point and I'm like, oh fuck, what do I say? So yeah, if you watch this, thank you. That means a lot to me. I hope you're having a good day wherever you're at. Yeah. Much love.